You probably don't think much about the physics of your morning coffee. You watch the cream swirl, you see the steam rise in the cold air, and you assume that somewhere in a dusty textbook or a high-end lab, someone has the math for all of it figured out. But they don't. In fact, the very way that cream mixes, fluid turbulence, is one of the greatest embarrassments in modern science. We can land a rover on Mars. We can land a rover on a specific crater on Mars with pinpoint accuracy, but we can't mathematically guarantee what water will do when it flows through a simple pipe. We like to think of the universe as a giant, orderly machine governed by unbreakable laws. We have the standard model for the tiny things and general relativity for the massive things. It feels safe, it feels solved. But if you look closely at the edges of our maps, you start to find things that shouldn't be there, objects and events that look at our best equations and simply refuse to obey. These aren't just mysteries, they are cracks in the glass of our reality. And as you'll see, when the glass starts to break, the view on the other side is far stranger and far darker than we ever imagined. Let's start with a basic rule of logic. A child cannot be born before its mother. In cosmology, the mother is the Big Bang. We have a very precise age for the universe, 13.8 billion years. That is a hard limit. Nothing can be older than that. But in the constellation of Libra, about 190 light years away, there is a star that doesn't seem to care about our logic, the Methuselah star. When scientists first calculated its age in 2000, the result was a staggering 16 billion years. This star was burning before the universe was born. The scientific community panicked. They used the Hubble Space Telescope to refine the measurements, checking the distance and oxygen levels. They got the number down to 14.46 billion. Even then, it's still older than the universe. The only way physicists sleep is by applying a margin. But that's a mathematical band-aid. This star stands as a glowing, defiant paradox. It suggests our understanding of star evolution is flawed. Or worse, the Big Bang didn't happen when we think it did, and the cosmos is far more ancient and mysterious than we've dared to imagine. In 2021, we launched the James Webb Space Telescope. We wanted to see the cosmic dawn, the moment the first stars flickered into existence. According to our best models, we expected to see toddler galaxies, small, messy, irregular blobs of gas slowly clumping together. Instead, we found monsters. JWST discovered 6 massive galaxies as heavy as our own Milky Way, but they exist when the universe was less than 3% of its current age. These are being called universe breakers. Why is this a catastrophe? Because there wasn't enough time for gravity to pull matter together. For these galaxies to exist, they would have had to convert almost 100% of available gas into stars instantly. That violates physical limits. It's like walking into a nursery and finding a group of fully grown adults sitting in the cribs. We have no idea how they got there. It's a nightmare. Some theorists wonder if the early universe was flooded with primordial black holes that acted as gravitational anchors, pulling matter at impossible speeds. But that just introduces a new nightmare, a universe born already filled with monsters. We have to rethink everything about the dawn of time. Physics tells us that on a large enough scale, the universe should look smooth. This is called the cosmological principle. It feels orderly. It's the idea that if you zoom out far enough, matter is distributed evenly, like the air in a room. Because light has a speed limit, physics dictates that no single structure can be larger than 1.2 billion light years across. Anything bigger simply wouldn't have time to form. And then, in 2013, we found the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall, a colossal filament of galaxies that is 10 billion light years wide. It spans more than 10% of the entire observable universe. Its existence is a direct violation of our standard model of cosmology. It shouldn't be there. It's like finding a fully grown oak tree 5 minutes after you planted the acorn. This great wall shouldn't be there, and its presence says something is broken. Einstein's equations cannot explain this. We are looking at a titanic fossil that says the universe doesn't follow our rules. We are lopsided and clumped. In the world of the very small, there is a theoretical speed limit for particles traveling through space, known as the GZK limit. Space is filled with afterglow. If a particle travels too fast, it will crash into those background photons, lose energy, and slow down. No particle should hit Earth with higher energy. But on October 15, 1991, something impossible struck our atmosphere. It was a single proton traveling at 99.9999% the speed of light, the oh my god particle. If this particle raced a beam of light across the entire galaxy, the light would win by only a few millimeters. Its existence is a terrifying hint. To understand why, imagine a baseball traveling at 60 miles per hour. Now, take all that kinetic energy and pack it into a single subatomic proton. That's it. Something invisible out in the nothingness is firing particles at us with impossible energy, and we have no idea what it is. Relativity breaks down. We save the most terrifying one for last: the vacuum catastrophe. It's widely considered the worst theoretical prediction in the history of science. Empty space isn't empty. It's a bubbling soup of virtual particles popping in and out of existence. Since energy has mass, this nothingness should have a weight. Scientists sat down to calculate it. They measured how much is actually there by looking at how fast the universe is expanding. Then they calculated it using quantum math. The results were shattered. The two numbers didn't just disagree. The theoretical prediction was larger by a factor of 10 to the 120th power, a 1 followed by 120 zeros. The biggest miss in history. If you estimated the size of the universe and were off by the width of a single atom, you would still be infinitely more accurate than this calculation. We are lost. If the math was right, the energy in a single coffee cup of empty space would be enough to boil the Earth's oceans instantly. The universe should have ripped apart. This paradox screams that we are missing something fundamental. Either our understanding of the very small is wrong, or gravity is wrong. The two pillars hate each other. In a universe that should be smooth, there is a place where nothingness reigns. The Boad is void. 330 million light years of absolute empty space. A logic-defying hole. If the Milky Way were at its center, we wouldn't have discovered other galaxies until the 1960s. It's as if something swept this part of space clean. We are in the dark. How did a hole this large form? Some suggest multiple voids merging. Others fear evidence of a structure so large it's invisible to us, consuming light. A cosmic mystery. Our galaxy, and thousands of others, are being dragged toward a mysterious point in space at 14 million miles per hour. We call it the Great Attractor, a gravitational pull. It lies behind a thick wall of gas and dust from our own galaxy that blocks our view. We are being pulled by a ghost of unthinkable mass. It's hidden from us. But there is a counterpart to the pull, a push. Scientists recently discovered the dipole repeller, a massive void that is actively pushing our galaxy away into the deep. Nothingness shouldn't be able to push matter. We are caught in a cosmic tug-of-war between ghost structures we can't explain. Our maps are fundamentally missing a feature. The universe should have no orientation, but in the oldest light we can see there is a mysterious alignment. The axis of evil, a red line in the cosmic dawn. This alignment points directly at our solar system. It implies we are at the center of a cosmic design, a thought so terrifying physicists call it evil. It shouldn't be possible. In 2015, we found Tabby's star. It dims in ways that no planet or dust cloud can explain. It loses up to 22% of its light in irregular, jagged patterns, a cosmic anomaly. Some believe it's evidence of a vast alien megastructure, a Dyson swarm consuming the star's energy. Its existence defies every natural explanation, a technological monster. When we look at these anomalies, impossible structures, ghostly pulls, cosmic axes, it's easy to feel we're missing a piece. But what if the puzzle itself is the problem? Are these glitches in the rendering of our reality? Some suggest we are living in a simulation, where parameters like gravity or light are set at arbitrary levels. Are we code? Or perhaps the truth is more unsettling. The math of Boltzmann brains says it is more likely for a random fluctuation to create a single brain in the void than an orderly universe. A brain with false memories of a life that never happened. The math says you are likely a momentary flicker in the vacuum, a brain that formed 1 second ago. Hallucinating. You likely formed 1 second ago, and you will dissolve back into the void 1 second from now, Reality is a whisper in the dark, a momentary error in the nothingness. We use physics to try and make sense of the dark. But these anomalies are the universe whispering that our rules are just suggestions, staring into a reality far stranger. If you want to see more of the cracks in our reality, click the video on your screen now. Try to enjoy your coffee while the physics still allow it to exist. Goodbye. The light is fading. The current is faster for some and stagnant for others. The river of reality is pulling you into the deep. Watch the cracks before they close. Do you feel the current? Do you feel the void? Our laws are suggestions. Our reality is a ghost, staring into the strange and the dark. Goodbye for now. We return to the push, the dipole repeller. Nothingness pushing matter across the cosmos. It's a gravitational ghost we can't ignore. Our maps are broken, and the great attractor pulling from the shadows. A gravitational ghost behind a wall of dust. We are being dragged into the unknown at millions of miles per hour. Dragged, the axis of evil pointing directly at us. Are we the center of a cosmic design? Is the universe lopsided? The older the light, the darker the truth. Lopsided and broken. Tabby's star loses up to 22% of its light in irregular patterns. Jagged shadows. A Dyson swarm consuming a star. A technological monster in the dark. Defiant. Glitches in the rendering. Green code underneath the stars. Are we living in a simulation with arbitrary rules? Are our laws just lines of code? Glitches. Rendering. Code. A random fluctuation in the void creating a brain, a spark of hallucination in the nothingness. The math says you are a momentary flicker, a whisper, a ghost. Flicker, ghost. You will dissolve back into the void 1 second from now. Reality is a momentary error, a whisper in the dark. We are not real, not person. Dissolving, void, error. Our rules are suggestions. The universe is whispering, staring into a reality far stranger and darker. Enjoy your coffee while the physics allow it. Suggestions, whispering, dark. Click the video on your screen to see more cracks. The physics allow it for now. Enjoy the coffee while you can. Watch the cracks before they close. Goodbye. Closing. Now. The light is gone. The current is pulling you into the deep. Goodbye from the void. Goodbye from the dark. Reality is over.